Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of LackLuster Gaming. My name is Dale, and this is the show for those who love to game, but know they're mediocre at best. And I am still sick, so my voice is still deep, but we're gonna keep it up for you guys. So here we go. Today's deck has been on the leaderboards for a couple weeks now, so it's kind of an interesting one. It's not one that I am particularly used to playing with, but it's a very good one, and I've been playing with it on some grand challenges and some classic challenges now, so it's kind of grown on me, as you would say. So it's a giant beatdown deck with the bowler, of course, and those are your two your two major win conditions, and it's also got the lightning as well, so kind of a third win condition in there. But the bowler is a versatile card, and I guess the lightning is as well. It can be used both as offense and defense, and in a couple of these shots I think I actually used the giant as a defensive card as well. Defensive giants, I know you guys hate that. It's super annoying, but it's effective. The giant is a massive tank, and definitely still, even with all of the nerfs that it's been given, is definitely the best elixir for hit point card. And what I mean by that is the hit point to elixir ratio that you get for placing a giant down is the best out of all cards in the game. Now on screen, I'm battling a guy with an Inferno Tower, and if you were watching, I kind of outplayed him a little bit. I cycled through, he placed an Inferno Tower to kill off whatever, and then I cycled through fast enough to get my giant across the bridge before he can put down his Inferno Tower, and that is extremely important in most matches. If they have a card that counters your major win condition, you need to out-cycle your opponent. That's huge. It's massive, and it works every time, 60% of the time. So here we go. We're going up against this Hog Rider deck, which is pretty futile unless they outcycle you with the bowler and with the tombstone, because he, like we went over yesterday, the nerfs to the tombstone really weren't that bad, or the Mega Minion for that matter, and both of those cards are in this deck. So look at that, just amazing power, all of that. This guy just got totally crushed, and this was like maybe around match 7 or 8, I can't remember exactly, and I've already edited it out, but to get that far into a grand challenge and to 3-star somebody, that's not very common, especially with a very slow beatdown deck like this. So it's really powerful. It's extremely powerful. Now, it is a little more expensive than what I like. You guys know me. I like my cycle decks. I like my chip decks. I like my control decks. I like my bait decks, in fact. And they're all 3.0 at the max. I like 2.8. That's about my comfort zone, right? I like to stick around right in that area of 2.8. That way, if I make a mistake, I'm right back into the game within a second. But with decks that are 3.6, 4.3, anything up in that area, you make one mistake and it's game over. So you have to play flawlessly. So these kinds of decks take a lot of skill unless your opponent just sucks. But I'm A9, I'm Legendary Arena, so I don't bring a lot of these decks, especially the ones that I show you guys into A9. And mainly because I have to change decks every single day for you guys, which is great because I've become a much better player using cards that don't really fit well in my play style. So I'm gaining experience with those types of cards, but I'm not good enough with them. I haven't been playing for a year with giant beatdown decks. So yeah, we're about approaching what looks to be like our second win. I mean, we still have 1:30, so we can't get too cocky. And our opponent is using the elixir collector even after the or after the new buff, and not a nerf. It is a buff. So I know I was hoping he was going to drop something on the opposite side so I get lightning out the arena tower. the elixir pump and the Valkyrie, but he decided to go the other route, so we're gonna have to defend for a little bit. And he drops this wizard. Now the wizards are somewhat scary cards, especially with the tombstone as your defensive tower, but it's not that big of a problem. We got the bowler in there, it pushes back the giant, the bowler does not push back the giant, but the log pushed back the giant, pushed back the wizard, and allowed us to kill it off just in time for it to not do too much damage. So we're going 53 to 14, 28 at the moment. We're doing pretty well. We got 39 seconds left, and I just need, or we're within zap range now. So now I'm gonna start working on the opposite side, and he knows it, so he's gonna try to rush the opposite side. So we're gonna lightning that out, so the wizard goes bye-bye, zap away that Skarmy, tombstone to pull the giant, log out everything, and put these archers down just to save the giant from reaching the tower and to take out the witch. So again, we're within zap range, and I just got to make sure that this, there it is, the defensive giant. We got to make sure that that mini P.E.K.K.A does not get to my tower so that we can zap it out, and it's matched. That's it. It's easy. So easy. I mean, it's not always easy. I do lose with this deck, but it's, I definitely have a much higher win-loss ratio using this deck. So yeah, let's get into another match. I think we've got 4 for you today featuring this match because I did so well with it. I mean, I didn't have to work for the footage for this video. It was more fun because this deck really grew on me really quickly, and it was easy. And it was easy for me to learn too. And I you know, like I said earlier, you know, this deck has been on the leaderboards in the top 10 for quite some time now, and I've been wanting to do a video on it, but I was a little bit nervous because of my beatdown suckiness. So there we go. We've got a giant and a bowler on screen. We're going to put the archers down there. And the reason I use the archers is for the air defense. Now, he struck it with the lightning. Luckily, I was able to keep one archer in, but it didn't kill the Mega Minion. But it dropped it down low enough so it couldn't get to the tower, so that's fine. My giants got off quite a few hits, and that's great. And check this out. I have the furnace. I'm going up against the furnace and the tombstone. I know we talked about this either yesterday or the day before, but the tombstone, even with its nerf, is a perfect counter to the furnace. Because look at that. Boom, boom. Takes out both of those fire spirits. Too easy, right? So we've been seeing the furnace coming up a lot lately, especially in those royal giant decks that are extremely aggravating. Yeah, and they use the furnace because most people like to counter the furnace with minions. Well, I won't use minions anymore because of the furnace, but, or arrows, or fireball, or any of that kind of stuff. If you're using 3 elixir minions, I beg of you to stop and use the Mega Minion. Still, even after the nerf, it is the way to go. Unless, that is unless, you already have the Mega Minion. I know some decks use the Mega Minion and the 3 elixir minions, and it somewhat works pretty well. Sometimes you need that zap bait, or if you're using a zap bait deck. So either way, doesn't matter. Use the Mega Minion. It's an amazing card. I'm gonna actually, I want to let you guys know about this website too, drdex.com. Okay, I use it quite a bit personally. They also have an app, but the app brings you to the website. It makes it a little easier to get to the website, but basically what this website is, it tells you about the top decks, and you can rate the decks. You can like it or dislike it, okay? And all of the top decks that you know, oh, you can choose by arena too. So if you're Arena 7, you go to the Arena 7 tab, and it'll show you the top 10 decks for Arena 7. Or if you want to build a deck, let's say you just got a new legendary, and you need a tombstone deck, or not what's everybody asking for right now? Lumberjack. You get the lumberjack, and you don't have a deck for it. You don't know how to play with it. You don't know where it fits in. So you type in lumberjack, and then you can turn this switch, and you can choose all the cards that you don't currently have, including all the legendaries. And then you turn the switch back off, and then it pulls up a deck using the lumberjack, the card that you want the deck to have, and other random cards. But it's not at random. It's based off of an algorithm that whoever made the website created,
and it puts together these really fantastic decks. And when I'm all out of ideas and the leaderboards aren't helping me, I go to drdecks.com just to check it out. I'll put a link down in the description box for you guys just so you can see it. And in the next day or two, we're actually going to cover how I use it and how the website works, and we're going to do a full video based on drdecks.com so that you guys can see how amazing it is. It really is. Big shout out to those guys. Anyway, back to the footage. Okay, we're killing it, man. Look at this one. We got one tower down. It'll be fireballs just to get it out of the way. Like at that point, like if the cards are within fireball range and it's just 2 of them, just take a little bit of damage on your king tower. Don't waste 4 elixir to fireball. That was a waste, because now I've got a 4 elixir advantage to push the other side. And realistically, I probably could have gone for a 3 crown here, but I tend to like to go for 2. Just because it's easier. There's less hit points you got to take down, and for this one in particular, he's already got damage on my left-sided tower, so it's smart of me to push on the right so that he has to expend elixir on the right, and it lessens the chance that he's gonna take down my left. So anyway, I had to pull off a bowler just to fight off that what do you call it, that princess, but it's okay because we took her out. And he's got this Inferno Tower, he's got this Hog coming in, so we'll counter with the Tombstone and the Mega Minion, not a problem whatsoever. It'll take off 1 or 2 swipes to that Mega Minion, and we'll log out the Princess, and we'll start a push on the right just to ensure he doesn't push again on the left. So it's going to be pretty easy from there. And that is it, guys. It's going to be an easy victory. And I just want you guys to know that if you've made it this far into the video, I absolutely love you guys. Give me a hashtag down below, a hashtag TrueFan. You know what it'll get you if you've been here. If you don't, okay, hashtag TrueFan in the comment section below, and I will submit for you an extra entry into the weekly $10 gift card giveaway. And the link for that is down below. Also, it's Gleam.io or something like that. You go to it and it'll link you to all of my social media sites. You go ahead and follow me on those, and it gains you entries into our weekly giveaway. Ends on Tuesday. Make sure you get your entries in because that is live. And until tomorrow, guys, I hope you had a great weekend. I love you. Just be nice, right? Let's be good to each other. Let's show love to everybody. Except for Royal Giant users. Those guys suck. See you guys tomorrow.